What's up, high achievers and those who want to become the greatest humans possible. My name is Eckl and today I'm explaining how to start with life engineering. I got some feedback that some outdoor light would be nice, and since we got a pretty beautiful garden with this wonderful pool, I thought we will just film this outside, so let's get to it. So first of all, to clarify this, life engineering only means that you are living the best life you can possibly live. So there is no clear step-by-step formula or some exact method you need to do. What's way more important is that you actually make that commitment to really fulfill your potential. And this is not like some motivational stuff. Also, it's quite motivational, but the key of this is that you actually realize, whoa, I can actually change everything around me, and that you just make this big commitment. As I said in my previous video, you really see this as your job. Like, you don't care anymore so much about your job. You really just think about, is my job beneficial? And even if it's only money, like, that's okay in the beginning. I mean, we all gotta start somewhere, but it's really the essence of all of this is to just get into this mindset of everything what my life contains is because of me, and if I want to, I can change that. This can be harder for some people, and some are so into their own beliefs that it will be really hard, but once you made that mind shift, everything will just change, and this is what life engineering is really about. And therefore, it doesn't really matter where you come from or who you are and what your current situation is. Of course, there are people who are more privileged than others, but complaining won't help you out of anything, you know? So the only thing you gotta do is to actually sit down and think about, what do I want out of life? And this sounds so simple that most of people are not even doing this. I hope that most of you are already having goals and so on. So it's really about creating this huge vision for yourself, like really, and you also have to care there, because while it's so amazing once you have this vision wrote down, you really have to care that this is truly the greatest vision you can have for your life. Why? Through Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all these social media platforms and all this gossip and so on, we have some ideals for ourselves, for our lives, or that a great life consists of beach and sunny weather and hot girls or whatever, private chats. And even if you are already conscious enough to realize that that is maybe not the ideal thing, even then you really have to care, like you really have to care, because I personally was quite close to actually jump completely into meditation and be like, oh, all of this outer world things is it's so unconsciously and it's so stupid and so hollow and so on. But even there, I'm getting influenced by people I watch, which tell me that everything around me is just stupid, and then I should just go into myself. And this is so important, and I will really take on a lot of this advice. But you really want to be sure that what you wrote down there is really the best thing you could do. So I could have wrote down, just sit around and meditate, but while this is very, very important to a great life, I think, I do not believe that meditating for 16 hours straight is a very good idea. I think it's better to meditate for 8 hours and do something great in the other 8 hours, which would be more normal, so for our Western society. So this is where I have to care. So the same goes for you, no matter by which kind of role models you might get led into a kind of slightly wrong direction, which is not yours. You really want to make sure that what's written down is really what's the best for you. And then of course it's really time to take action. You don't want to sit on that idea of how your life should be and then have no idea of how you actually get there. I mean, even if you're in a bad situation, then it will take longer, but it's probably possible for you. So just start. How do we start? We need a plan. So with planning, I don't know, it's a kind of hate and love thing, because personally I love planning, but also I'm tending to just over plan and then just have an amazing plan which I don't even know where to start. So I would say if you have if parts of your vision are like quite clear, so I don't know, for example, make a certain amount of money or speak there, or I don't know, for example, lift that and that much weight. This might be quite concrete, so you can really just say, okay, I want to achieve this in 2 years. I gotta I don't know, eat this, train that, and you can really plan your way through the month, weeks, days, years, whatever, how long it will take. But you can't, so there is, like, for example, if we are talking about going to the gym, there is probably few things that can get into your way. Of course, if you're getting hurt or whatever, but in general, it's very, very in your control. On the other hand, if personally I want to say I want to become a popular public speaker, for example, I don't know if this is like 100% something I want to do. Well, it's 100% something I want to do, but I don't know if it's like such an important goal for me, but I really would like to do it. But for example, if we have this, then there are so many more variables you really can take into consideration. So there it's more about thinking about what do I need today and tomorrow and so on. So you really just want to say, okay, I'm going to do this and that every day, but I can't really say clearly where this will lead me to. You just need to believe there, which I will now shoot then another video about trusting in the process. So which will come then a few days after you have seen this video. And no matter how concrete or unconcrete you can make your plan, what you really want to have, since we're not talking about only one thing, we're probably talking about a complete life, a completely amazing life, like that's so balanced and just full of great things. You really want to find some system or just anything that can allow you to manage your life, to just look at it objectively, as I also said in my previous video. So this I personally use an app where I can just make clear categories so divide my life into different categories and then put them into my day plan, so I can really see how much, and then I get some statistics and I can really see like, oh, I spend that and that much time, for example, on my YouTube channel right now. But I could, for example, also see, which doesn't happen to me, but let's say I would then see, oh, I only spend 1.5 hours of working out. Then I might be like, well, okay, maybe I need to adjust there. So this is also really important if you like are really into the really best, like everything with all the riches that life holds for you. And because the funny thing is, once you have this system in place, it will just be a daily habit to think about, where do I want to put my energy into, where do I want to put my time into. And then it also should become automatically into your brain that no matter which situation, like for me even now, to really think like, how can I improve my life? Like always, like, I mean, like maybe not always, since you should really live in the now. So right now it's way better for me to focus on talking to you guys. But like in every little in-between you have in your day, you're waiting 2 minutes for your bus, or you're waiting 20 seconds until someone hooks up from the phone or whatever. Always in these little time spans you have during your day, you should always think like, oh yeah, how should I improve my life? And like, I don't know, it's so amazing. Like you really get to design your own life. I mean, to me, that's like the greatest thing I could do. So you really want this to always observe yourself and think about, is this really the best thing for me? And so on. And does this really help me to execute my plan? But even with all these great ambitions and plans and actions and whatever, you really want to keep living. I mean, you can't just make this, so probably most of you maybe can't make that drastic shift, but for example, if you're in the same situation as me, I just finished school now, so I have actually my whole life is in front of me and I can really decide what I want to do. So no matter whether you have a real job or you're having complete free time, you really want to keep on living. So don't automatically cut out all your old friends. Don't, I don't know, quit your job. No, just start taking more and more time every day to think about this concept, really question everything and how you're doing your things in your life, that you then can startly get traction, and then over the time just really make a big change. And once you're getting traction, you start to improve your lives and with different methods and so on, you really want to do research, you want to learn, you want to test, so that you really, like, you're not only improving your life once and then you're living this good life. No, you always want to improve it. All right, so that's what it is. I hope you're having an amazing day. Stay tuned for my further videos, which I will shoot now. I hope you're having an amazing day. I wish you all the best. See you soon.